So today, I want to talk about the stock market crash 2020 that is going on right now and what to do, what you should be doing. Because you see, right now, I'm receiving emails, I'm receiving comments here where people say, you know what? I bought Tesla stock and it is down 20 or 30% right now. My 401k is down 20 or 30%. Some of you said that your savings have been dwindling down up to 50%. So what we're going to talk about. So today, I want to let you know, how bad is it? I mean, just looking at what is going on in the markets right now, how bad is it really? I also want to answer the question that many of you have, will it get worse? And of course, as promised, I want to show you what to do. So let's get started. Let's actually take a look at the markets here really quick. So today is March 11th, and as you can see, broke down. So the Dow is down another almost 1,500 points, 5.86. Yesterday, there were talks about a stimulus plan. President Trump said there will be a stimulus plan. Today, the Bank of England cut interest rates from 0.75 to, I believe it was just 0.25% here. And yet, the market seems to be in free fall. So, how much worse can it actually get? Well, let's take a look at this here. And also, let's see how long does it typically take after a crash until the market continues. Now, as you can see, I have here graphics that is actually from 4 Pillar Freedom, and I'll post a link to them in the description here right now so that you know where I got my information from. It was 6 years. There's another one that was 3 years of recovery. You see, most of them were just like a year, but then we also had recently, I mean, in 2000, the crash, it took us 8 years to recover, and then the 2008 financial crisis, it took us 6 years to recover. So here's what I did. I actually looked for the summary and see, okay, this pretty much since 1966 through 2018, the table of how many days did it take us to recover. Now, what you see here, when you look at, there we go, at this table, if the more significant the drop, the longer it takes to recover. So in 2007, 2008, the financial crisis, right? I mean, this is when markets dropped by 56%, and it took us 1,400 days to recover. In 2000, the dot-com era, right? Markets dropped 48%, and it took us 1,800. 33%, it took us 600 days to recover. And then in 73, we had the 48% drop. So as you can see, smaller drops, it is easier to recover quickly. This is where it usually takes, what, a few months here, 120 days. It's like 4 months. So the question is, right now, what is going on here? See, thus far, we have fallen over the past 2 weeks 20%. So that's where we stand right now, including today, where right now we broke through some key support levels here. So the question is, how much further can we fall? Because if you have a retirement account, you probably look at the statements right now and say, how much longer will we recover quickly? Because if you remember December 2018, this is when we had a drop, but we recovered within a matter of weeks. However, the drop was not very significant. That is why. Anyhow, so let's take a look at this. I believe that the worst is yet to come, and here's why. There were only 2 times when the Fed and the Bank of Canada, this BOC, cut rates by at least 0.5% in the same months. And this was in 2001 and during the global financial crisis. And we just looked at this. This is when we fell 56% or 44%. So very, very interesting. Also, we had the Bank of Australia cut interest rates right before the Fed did it last week, as you remember. And today we had the Bank of England cutting interest rates. You might also have heard that the Fed already committed $80 billion to pump into the system. So yes, we are talking about quantitative easing all over. Let's compare the current sell-off to the massive crashes that we had in 1987. As you know, this was a big one. And 2008. 2008 is probably what what most of us still remember, right? I mean, this has only been 12 years ago, 2008. Gosh, time is flying here. So as you can see, the white line here is where we are right now. And you see, we have been bouncing down. We have been bouncing back, right? So we fell, we bounced back. But compared to these two massive, massive crashes where we are down almost 50%, we are only halfway there. So this is where the question is, right now, all governments, all banks around the world are trying to stop this free fall. Will they succeed? And what can you do to survive in this environment here, especially if it is getting worse? I mean, with the coronavirus today, the World Health Organization, the WHO, classified it as a pandemic, well, whatever it is called, right? So it seems to worsen. Italy right now is in a lockdown. I mean, in Italy, you can't leave the house anymore. Italy is the second or third largest hit country after China. And then also we have, I believe it is Iran that is hit really, really hard. We can take a look at the stats here in just a moment. So the question is, what can you do to survive in this environment? Well, you have heard me say this. For years, I've been saying the crash is coming. Now, you want to learn how to trade, and here is why. Here's why you want to do it now if you don't know yet how to trade, and here's how you can do it. First of all, when you know how to trade, you know what to trade. You know what stocks are the best. As an example, right now in this crash, airlines are hit hard. Airlines are down 50%, more than 50%. Bank of America is down 50%. JP Morgan, I believe it's down 40%. We can take a look at a few stocks here. Anyhow, as a trader, it is important to know what to trade because you can make market in a market that is going up when it recovers, and markets always recover. You have seen the statistics here. It always is happening. And you can also make money if the market continues to go down. Now, number two, and this is super, super important, and we'll talk about it more in just a minute. You gotta limit your losses. I'm always cringing on the inside when I hear that somebody tells me, I am in this stock and I lost 15%. The other day, somebody said, I lost 15% on Tesla. Limit your losses. This is why I say, don't risk more than 2% of your account on any given trade. Because then, even if you have 5 losses in a row, you would only risk 10%. This is so super important because when you do this is what I'm teaching my students. And if you have been following me on YouTube here for a while, you know that I've been preaching this. When you did this, yes, you experience a small loss as the markets start dipping. But then right now you're sitting on the sidelines and you're not suffering more and more losses. Super important. Anyhow, number 3, you also need to know when to take profits. I traded live with my private students last week. So last week we established a short position, and on Monday, you can imagine on Monday when we had one of the worst days in history, this short position, meaning or betting on a falling market, was up really, really nicely. So we take profit. Don't get greedy because what happened the next day? Markets bounced back up, and this is what we are seeing right now. We are seeing a roller coaster like crazy. Now, when you do these things, when you start thinking as a trader, not as an investor, you see what investors do is they have the set it and forget it mentality. And in a moment, I'm going to show you why this is super difficult if you have this. You got to learn how to become a trader because then you will not only survive in these environments, this is when you will thrive in these environments because crashes like this offer fantastic opportunities. You just need to learn how to take advantage of them. Now, let me ask you, thus far, is this making sense before we continue? Because if it is, click on like, because this way I know that we're going at the right pace here, and I also know whether you like these videos or not. But let's talk about, so this is what to do, how to thrive. You see, everybody is a genius in a bull market. On Monday, when the Dow fell 2,000 points, that was an anniversary of the longest bull market in history. Now, in a bull market, when we constantly make new all-time highs, Everybody is a genius, right? I mean, this is when you hear stock tips from your hairdresser, from the cab driver. Everybody is a genius in a bull market. Real millionaires and billionaires, they know how to take advantage of an environment that we have here right now. So let me show you the 5 things that you can do right now if you find yourself in this historic times. Yes, we are making history. Is it good history? It depends how you see it. You can use it as an opportunity, or you can just sit there and panic and worry. Do not do this. I know that you're different. This is why you're watching this video, right? So let's talk about the things that you can do. I want to start off with a quote here from Warren Buffett. Warren Buffett says, "Be fearful when others are greedy, and be greedy when others are fearful." See, what do you think? What was everybody here when we made new all-time highs? Everybody got greedy. That's when you better be fearful and get ready for a bear market that we are experiencing right now. And now, when everybody else is fearful, this is the time to get greedy. This is the time to take advantage of the opportunities that are right here in front of us. So, let me show you exactly how to do this. Here are the 5 things of what to do right now as the markets keep crashing. Number 1, we already talked about it. Learn how to trade. And I know you might not have learned how to trade, and right now you might be suffering losses in your retirement account. The question is, how quickly can you make it back when you learn how to trade? I know that you can make it back quicker than you're just waiting and holding, right? Because we've seen it. If we in fact go down 40 to 50%, it can take 6 to 8 years until the market is where it is right now. So would you rather make back the money that you might have lost in 6 to 8 years, or maybe in 1 to 2 years, right? So how exactly do you do this? Well, first of all, subscribe to this channel if you haven't yet. Subscribe to the channel, hit the little notification bell, because this way you're being informed whenever I release a new video or when I go live, and you don't miss anything. Because as you know, recently I have been going live a lot, posting a lot of videos, keeping you basically informed of what's happening and how you can take advantage of this. Number 2, if you would like to know how I personally trade, I set up a website for you. It's called mytradingroutine.com. This is where I show you how I find the best stocks to trade, how I limit my losses. This is where I show you when to take profits, the indicators that I use, the tools that I use. So I'm going to post a link to my trading routine in the description here, but right now you can go there as well. So take a few notes of what to do next after this video. Number 3, on mytradingroutine.com, you'll see that I'm using a tool. It is called PowerX Optimizer. That tool helps me to find the best stocks to trade. Now, if you would like to know how this tool works and to see if this is something that might be valuable to you, talk to Paul on that website, mytradingroutine.com. Paul, by the way, just to let you know, he is one of my students. Paul, actually, I met him almost 2 years ago, a little bit more than a year and a half ago. Now, Paul is an aeronautical engineer, and he had a goal of being able to retire from his current job within the next 3 years. So again, we met less than 2 years ago. He has been using this software for quite a while. He was able to quit his day job at the end of January, so just 2 months ago. So I want you to talk to Paul of how he's using it, how I'm using it. He knows exactly how to do this. And then see also if it is a good fit, if the software might be something for you. Okay, number 4, find ways to take advantage of the opportunity. Right now, banks are or the Federal Reserve is printing money, handing it to the banks, and they need to hand it out to the consumers. I did a video for you, how to take advantage of a crash, that shows you exactly what you can do right now to get unsecured lines of credit. And when you use credit the smart way, investing in yourself, investing maybe in real estate. So anyhow, that's when you should actually do it. I did a video for you. It's 12 minutes long. I'll post the link in the description as well. So do this. And most importantly right now, don't panic. And for those of you who know the Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy, You get there it is. You get the reference, right? So don't panic, because be greedy when others are fearful, and be fearful when others are greedy. Anyhow, so these are my thoughts of how not only to survive a stock market crash, but how to thrive in a stock market crash. It is never too late to learn how to trade so that you can climb out of the hole if you got into this. Now, if you are already a trader, I know that right now, many of my students are actually making money right now, which is fantastic. I love seeing it in our Facebook VIP group, in our private Facebook group, where people tell me, hey, you made money today. This is great. This is awesome, right? And I want that for you. So these are the 5 things. Subscribe to my channel. Go to mytradingroutine.com, and if you like what you see there, talk to Paul and see if the software is a good fit to you. Find ways to take advantage of the opportunity. Watch this video, how to take advantage of a stock market crash, and don't panic. Hey, if you find this helpful, make sure that you like this video, because this way, the way how the algorithm works, the more you like it, the more people see it. And also feel free to share this video with anybody who you think might find this information helpful. I always appreciate when you share these videos.